Deep in the heart of the capital city, live from the Broadcast House studios at 44th and O, we switch on the blinding neon glow that bears their name. Jack Mitchell.
First we gonna wipe your data, then we gonna wipe your bad A dictatorship government.
And Dave Miller.
What happens when they deem Jack and Dave evil?
It's KLIN's Jack and Dave in the morning.
Hey everybody, 42 outside, 10 after the hour. It's Jack and Dave in the morning. I'm Dave Miller. Jack Mitchell has a day off. Is it just me or does he always have the day off? That's what it feels like anyway. Chris Coach Whitney along with me today too. All right, we've had this gentleman on before, and in case you're not familiar, this is like the coolest sports story of all time. And it's been going on now for almost a quarter century. It's been going on for 24 years. On the phone with me is Father Sean Raftis. He is the spiritual leader of Holy Cross Parish in Townsend, Montana. Good morning, Father. How are you?
Good morning, Dave. Well, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Are you calling from Washington State this morning?
Yes, thankfully I'm able to roam around the country freely and publicly. I'm in the Seattle area, Seattle-Tacoma area.
You're in Seattle, so it's like, what, 2 in the morning there?
Yeah, it's pretty early. It's still dark out.
Man, I'm going to have to write you a check. Sorry about that. So
no worries.
Let me update everybody who doesn't know this story. Basically, you go to high school with a bunch of guys. How many guys total?
10.
10 guys decide that they're going to play a game of tag. And they decide not to let the game of tag die outside of high school. And even though everybody goes their separate ways, they draft up this agreement that says we're going to play tag. We're only going to do it in the month of February, and they've been keeping it up for 24 years. And Father Raftis, even though he went to seminary and all that kind of stuff, you've been playing the game all the way along.
Absolutely. It's been great. We had a tag participation agreement. We're contractually obligated to keep in touch with our friends by the game of tag during the whole month of February.
And I like that too. That it's the month of February only that you live in fear. You got 11 other months to go through therapy and whatever, but pretty much during the month of February, you're on lockdown because you could be tagged.
Absolutely, always looking over our shoulders. It's great.
Okay, so the big question is, you get tagged this year?
Yes, I did. I actually.
Oh no!
Tagged. I know. I came over. I took some time off, and I thought I was. Surreptitiously in the Tacoma area, and Beef was it. Or actually, Ake was it. I didn't know it. And Beef called me and wanted to go meet me at a restaurant, and so the Michael Corleone hit.
Oh, no.
Basically, because I met Beef. I met Beef. I said, "Are you it?" I scoped out the parking lot. Nobody was there. Scoped out the restaurant. Beef was about the only one who was there. Went in, said hello, shook hands. We sat down. He excused himself to go to the bathroom, and I didn't know it, but Ake, who flew in from Spokane, 300 miles away, was in the bathroom, who was it, waiting to get the tag from Beef. Beef got it, came over, shook my hand, and I was it. And, so that's how it turned out.
Okay, first of all, you got to sit with your back to the wall. If you've ever seen a Godfather movie, you got to start doing that. Oh my God! Yeah. When these guys call and they want to get together, because I know that you guys are friends away from the game of tag. You guys get together a lot. When somebody calls and says, "Let's go have dinner" or something like that, do you ask them, "Are you it?"
Yes. As a matter of fact, Beef told me right off the bat. He says, "First of all, I'm not it. Would you like to go have dinner? It'd be great to see you because I was only in town for 2 days." I said, "Well, are you sure you're not it? Because you have to answer truthfully."
Right.
And he was. So, I got nailed.
Okay, so I'm assuming that because you became it, that you passed that good fortune on to someone else.
Well, actually, they were pretty merciful because Ake hung around. And so it was Beef and Ake and I. We sat there for 2 hours, and that's the whole point of it, just to catch up, see how everybody's doing.
Right.
And before I left, I tagged Ake again. And I basically made a beeline to my car and went to the airport. I made a clean getaway to Montana.
Okay, so
but it was great. It was great to see him. It was great to catch up with the guys, and which is the whole point of the game.
And that's the whole point is to make sure that this friendship never dies between these 10 guys as well, right?
That's right. That's absolutely. That's the whole point of it.
How were you guys so forward thinking when you were seniors in high school?
It was by an act of God, because the rest of us were complete goof-offs. So, it's like, you imagine you when you're in high school, or me. We're pretty much of the same cloth, I think, and it was just funny. It was, because it was 10 years after high school, we decided, Joe was it for life, and we decided, well, let's have mercy on Joe, and people had started going on with their lives, and we kept getting in touch with each other less and less. And so this seemed a perfect opportunity to keep the home fires burning vis-a-vis friendship.
Okay, so this is a really unique story. I don't think this typically happens, that 10 guys would stay friends for 24 years to begin with, but to have a catalyst for friends to get together and keep that friendship going, I think is pretty rare. Thus the reason that the Wall Street Journal article was written about it, and I ran into you, and a bunch of other people have caught on, ESPN, Reader's Digest. Am I forgetting anybody big besides me and the Wall Street Journal?
No, you're very, very good. CBS Sunday Morning.
Oh, there you go.
We were picked up actually on every news service, pretty much every language's news service in the world. France, Germany, China, Hungary. It was really pretty overwhelming for us to hear that. But then again, it does make sense, because I think it resonates with something everybody can identify with and yearns for, which is friendship.
Yeah. And so now Hollywood's interested in you, and you've been optioned for a movie, correct?
Yes. New Line, which is a subsidiary of Warner Brothers, we basically made a deal with them. We have great people involved. Todd Garner's producing. Mark Styland is the writer. Jack Black and Will Ferrell are also involved in the production of it. And we just basically sold the option about 4 months ago.
Wow. That's pretty
cool. We had
cool.
a lot of inbound, which was amazing, because we had a lot of inbound interest, which is rare. Usually you have to go out and pitch an idea.
Shop it around,
This idea was actually kind of the buzz in L.A. for quite a while, and it really worked out well, thank goodness.
It was shortly after Christmas, and I was convalescing, and I was talking with Father Raftis via Facebook, and I was kidding him, but I've been thinking about it a lot. Seriously, if you could help me get my union card, that's really all I want out of this deal. That'd be great.
Dave, that's all I want out of this deal.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Are you kidding? That's the only reason that I signed the dotted line.
That's right. Father Raftis did it for me, ladies and gentlemen. Self-sacrifice. That's what church is all about.
And that's what friendship is all about.
And I appreciate that. And we've become friends off the air, which I appreciate a lot too.
I do too.
I want to ask you about, does the Pope know about this? Because, and I'm dead serious about this, Father, he seems like a fun Pope. I think he'd be into this. You got to do a better PR job. You can't wait for the movie to come out, and then he's going to be like, "What? One of my guys is in a movie."
That's right. But I think that he'd be pretty joyful. He'd be very joyful about it. I love our Holy Father, and I think he would completely understand and get and bless the project.
And I think you need to get Cardinal Dolan in on this as well. Not because he would be all that much fun to play tag with, but I'm pretty sure he'd buy beer.
Absolutely, and we have to write in a writer to get him not only a union card, but he has to have a cameo in the movie.
Oh, he'd love that, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Cardinal Dolan. It's all about the FaceTime with that guy. You bet. Hey, I want to ask you, so the field is all set for next season, which will be the 25th anniversary of the game of tag for you guys. Who's going to be it at the start of February next year?
Well, Rick the Bruiser Brouillet was it at the end of that. Now you remember Mikey K.
Yep.
Kaneski was there for 2 years in a row.
Yep.
And so the Bruiser's it, and the Bruiser's very, very good. He's very competitive. He was he's a great athlete in high school, and he has never lost his competitive edge. And so I think the Bruiser's probably hatching some great plans for disguises and surreptitious activities next year. So it should be a very fun year.
Now, if I were in Las Vegas or one of these places where you could actually do this legally, I would put $50 on him not being it past I'd say noon on February 1st.
I think you're very astute.
Thank you.
I would completely agree. You're welcome. He's gonna be, ready to coil. He's like a rattlesnake ready to fire out,
Fantastic.
So he'll be ready to get rid of the tag.
Hey, Father, I appreciate you getting up super early. You've got to be a man of God to put up with me a couple times a year. But I appreciate the update on the game. And as the movie thing goes along, let me know, and we'll be talking via email, I'm sure.
That sounds great. And I really appreciate you calling, and I appreciate everything you do. And hi to Lincoln, and I hope hi to Sam whenever he gets to work. The last 2 times you've interviewed me, he's never been there. So
Jack, he never makes
Jack,
it.
I'm Jack. That's right. I think it's Sam and Dave. So yeah.
Yeah,
Jack,
no, it's not. Hey, do yourself a favor while you're out there. Get a cup of coffee. It'll keep you awake.
I promise I will. I'll get one for you.
Thanks. I appreciate it. Thanks, Father.
Thanks, Dave. Take care.
There we go. Father Sean Raftis of Townsend, Montana, hanging out in Seattle and talking with us on Jack and Dave in the Morning. We'll be right back right after this.
Your cure for spring fever is at the 12th annual